Hey, good morning. Hey, few videos back, quite a few videos back actually, I went over to a friend's house, Craig Chop, at Redbud Forge. He burned out a sign for me, and I have not had time to get it put together yet. I feel really bad about that. I've been wanting to use it. So, I'm not putting it together this morning, but I did go back over and see him yesterday and have him cut something else out for me. First of all, I'll remind you what's that he cut out for me. Not So Retired with Chuck and Judy. That thing is probably over 3 foot long anyway, probably 3.5 feet long, and I've got a backer piece for it there. So I'm going to put little spacers in between them and put a rope light in between there so that the sign looks really cool. It'll hang on the wall and be lit up in between the pieces, and it's going to look awesome. Well, today is my son's birthday. He was in the Marine Corps. So I had Craig cut out a sign for him. I've got to paint it yet. I got it laying out here on this piece of wood. Pretty cool, huh? He was in the Marine Corps during the first Gulf War. And see there? We are gonna paint that this morning. I'm gonna paint that this morning. And I just got thinking, this was a scrap I had to cut off of this crotch piece up here. The bottom side of it's wavy. I had to flatten out a piece. So I thought I would lay it on there and paint it and have a copy of this piece myself on this 1/2 inch, 5/8 inch thick piece of wood. Kind of cool. I'll show you more in a few. Okay guys, I got the paint on the front of this. Kind of hard to see stuff in the background, but it's gonna be really awesome. And the piece of wood that I had it laying on looks pretty good too. That was gonna be basically a scrap piece, because the bottom side of it is a little bit like this because my blade got dull. So that's going to be nice. I think I'll keep that one at home and give him the metal one, and pretty cool. Now I got to come up with some kind of pipes or something to use for spacers on that sign. Maybe I'll take a peek for something like that. See what I got. Well, I got a piece of, looks like probably 1/2 inch black iron pipe standing up there. That would probably, I could get some little pieces off of that are 3/4 or an inch long, so we'd have about that much space between the two sign pieces over here. Or I've got some square stainless steel here. Let's see here. That's looks like 1 inch square tube. Cut some little spacers out of that. Hey, maybe right there. Right there, it's already bent and everything. That's not a bad piece right there. Actually, I thought it was galvanized, but I think it might be stainless steel pipe. We will see. Nope, not stainless, stuck to the magnet. At least, I know some types of stainless will still stick to a magnet, but most will not. So I'm going to say that must be an old piece of galvanized pipe. Hard to tell with all the grunge on the outside of it. I think we'll get some spacers out of that. Okay, here's what I'm going to use to cut my spacers for that sign. Don't have room to set anything up in here. We still got a bunch of crap all stored in here, but for right now, this plugs in and it works. And got my pipe right here. So I'll get you guys set up on a tripod so I can have both hands free, and I'll get those 6 spacers cut. But first of all, I just realized, or just remembered, saw something that jogged my memory. I was talking to my granddaughter a couple days ago, and she asked about typewriters, old typewriters, and when were copiers around and stuff like that. I told her we had an old typewriter. I thought it was out in the barn, and golly, I see it right down here. So I'm going to get that out and take it in the house and let her check it out. Yeah, she was asking about old typewriters and stuff the other day. Thought she'd be a little more enthused about it, but L.C. Smith and Brothers typewriter. Kind of be nice to get those couple of keys that are, where the labels are damaged, like the L and the N. It'd be nice to get those repaired, but still looking old. We shall see. Tell you what, a lot of ingenuity went into something like this. Everything works well. You know, I don't know. I need to get paper in there, but I guess there's a piece of something on there right now. I don't know. I guess that's just to protect the roll, probably. But pretty cool. Get the cover back on it. Maybe we'll get it cleaned up later. This is an old bandsaw, and it's bent, so I got to keep that bend going upward. So clamp good. I want to cut these about an inch is what I want to do. I'm thinking an inch. So looks like about 3/4 right there. Let's see what that. It's actually just over 5/8, so I need to come out a little bit. About 15/16. That's not a magic number. I just want to make them all the same. Over an inch, but that's okay. Get her tightened up good. Get it turned on. The switch was broken. I haven't fixed it yet, so there's my fancy switch right there. I reach in here and push that up in the air. This is the lever that adjusts how fast it comes down. I bring it down a little bit fast, I get close to it, and slow it down a bit. Believe it or not, I bought this old saw off of a guy I used to work for. He had 2 old saws. He said if I wanted them, I could have them for $20 a piece. And gave this one to my dad. It was broke here and here. Dad welded them all up. This is aluminum. He welded those all up, fixed it up nice and everything. $20 saw. That was probably 30 to 35 years ago. But still works good. So you used to have to be on the switch here. This thing. Got to take it apart and fix it. This hooked on here. So when the saw came down, it shut the switch off on its own once it got to the bottom. Once it cut through, right there it would have shut off. Still not bad for 20 bucks. Try to go quite slow when it starts because you get going through a fairly wide piece of metal there for a second while you're just getting into the main edge. When it gets to the point where you just have two thin sides you're cutting through, you can actually let it speed up just a bit. When it gets down to the bottom, it'll slow down again when it gets down to a wider piece of metal. There's my 6 pieces. Deburr the ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Got to deburr the ends on them, paint them black, get some hardware to go through those 2 pieces of that sign that says "Not So Retired" with Chuck and Judy, and we can get the rope light glued or taped in place on it and hang it up somewhere where we can use it to, I don't know, eventually we might do some live streaming to talk to some of the viewers and stuff like that. But, or just have it in the background while we're doing a comment or two on one of our videos. Hope you all are enjoying this, and hope you're having a good day. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe if you're not, and tell some friends about it. They might want to subscribe too. Take care. First of all, let's take this battery off of here while I'm changing the wheel. Guys, this does not have a trigger lock to lock it on. It has a safety switch where you got to hold it down like that. That's not going to work. Can't hold on to the thing good enough. Especially bad right where the saw, where it was on the bottom of the cut, because it leaves a little tab sticking out there. It's quite sharp. Got those deburred. I can stick a little black paint on them, but I got to do it out of the wind. Get me a little bit of paint thinner here. Just wipe these off a bit so the paint will stick better. little breezy back in here still too. Trying to get out of the wind to spray them. Might have to go back into the barn a little farther. Or maybe close this big door. Guess I probably ought to do that. Problem is I don't have lights in the barn yet. It's make it kind of hard to see. Maybe over on this side too. These are nothing fussy. Sorry, I should have my microphone on, guys. I don't, because I figured with the wind the way it would just be buffeting off the microphone the whole time. It out a little bit. So I was just debating on what kind of hardware to use here. There's 6 holes. I think what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to maybe get me a little countersink and countersink these holes so I can put a flathead countersunk screw in there. Either that or if I use some kind of a Allen head cap screw, like a machine screw. They're black anyway. Those would go good in here. But I'm thinking maybe the countersunk would be nice because it'd be flush surface on the top. And that will have those 1-inch spacers in there. This piece here will go behind it, like so. It'll have a rope light stuck to the back of here. Set like that with about 1 inch between them, and it'll glow between there, and you can change the colors and everything. So that's gonna be pretty neat. Even though this thing is thin, it's still kind of heavy. Barn somewhere for now. The paint dries now. Clear coat it, and this one Stacy has a nickname. I'm gonna put his nickname either down at the bottom or up the top. I'm not sure. One or the other. We'll get it done up. cool. Okay, we got our sign put together that Craig Chop, excuse me, with Redbud Forge burned out for us. I just got it all put together a little earlier today, and it's dark enough now where we could try it out. Kind of cool. What do you think, guys? I like it.